help me welcome our next speaker, Mr. Rupesh Baid.
Hello everyone, my name is Rupesh Baid. Thank you for having me here. So I will not take much of your time as I'm here for a very short presentation. So without further delay, let's step back into a world where we ask, what does it mean to create a return to a regal architecture? Our journey begins a simple touch, a door handle. Juhani Palesma, as Finland architect says, a door handle is our first handshake to a building. I do agree with him. And in case of classical architecture and interiors, what comes to your mind? The first thing may be Gothic churches, palaces, ornate details. Perhaps the city of Florence, Milan, London. I have seen all of them too, and we can commonly agree on its elaborate decoration and layering the surface with ornaments and gold leafing. To add to the classical architectures in grandeur, but besides the grandeur of classical architecture, I think another agreed quality the classical architecture interiors ask me to do is touch and feel. We still go back and visit old Gothic churches and the architecture wonder of Florence. If I ask you why, the answer is permanence. The desire to leave something lasting, something that inspires us across generations. Although for me, possibly when I see this interiors element, like cornices, moldings, inlay, stones, marble, I walk closer to it. I want to feel it. As I look at it, a curiosity is often felt to observe, to touch, and to feel it. This brings me to the Vitruvian theory, which I'm sure everyone is aware of: strength, utility, and beauty. The three essential elements that guide every project to alive. And European architecture, in all its splendor, have already achieved this beautifully. Baroque, rococo, Neoclassicism, to name a few. But I was fixed on the door handles, touch, and feel. Beside the Greek order of classicism, our proportion and scale, I wanted to project to have detail that evoke this feeling. Fortunately, I had 3 clients, each from different city and different culture, and all of them wanted to have a classical style villa. Their perspective with classical style were different. My first client, it was his personal identity. For my entrepreneur client, a link to his heritage. And my businessman client, a symbol of status. Even though their perspective were different, one desire united them. They said, Rupesh, हमें तो classical house ही चाहिए, लेकिन we want our home to have an Indian soul too. So this was my chance to bring the touch and feel. And my own perspective of classical architecture and interiors materialized. I decided to inject vastu and Indian craft and artifacts to our projects. Adapting European classical architecture into my perspective, I decided to work on bringing Indian craftsmanship, their tradition into modernity, and artisans' touch in every detail. The vegetal molding on the door in gold, the wooden grilles and cornices finished in gold, and with the flooring, we tried combination of wooden, marble inlay, and brass inlays. We also added some layers of semi-precious stone, contrasting the cream marble, the staircase ornate details, the handcrafted mother of pearl jali used as a partition in master bedroom, Lord Vishnu's hand-painted frescoes in the temple domes. This was the toughest job because the artist literally held his heads up to 10 days to finish, but the pain was worth it. So I decided to inject all these Indian elements through the details and work closely starting from the interior to exteriors. And the result turned out to be beautiful. This is one of the first palatial villa in Bangalore, which were built 10 years ago. Starting from north-facing entrance, the 8 Doric columns, graced with the stone fountain, and entrance where with the invitation to century that feels grand and spiritual. Our other aspect, the planning of Vastu, the placing of Brahmistan in the center of our villa. In Vastu, it considered the most secret energetical area of the structure, tying all the rooms together in our projects. The dome above is similar to the Pantheon's oculus, filtering insights in sunlight through a stunning stained glass design on the ceiling, as elegant quality to the space. One of the defining features here is the majestic staircase, inspiring by 18th century French residences, with its intricate rota and gilded finish work in railings. This is the formal area, the flooring highlighted by the Persian rugs, adding warmth and elegance to the space. Here is the dining area, which hand-painted fresco on the ceiling, done in pastel tone by local artists. Here's a peek at the games and library, where rococo style used two different contexts, one lively and other calm. There's another villa in Chennai, which continues to incorporate the classical Beaux Art style for the facade. As you saw, compared to last project, where the living area was placed in the Brahmistan, here the dining area is placed at the center of the layout. Further, here is the family room, where we have some furniture and playful scroll the flowing forms. For the master bedroom, we are able to incorporate Corinthian golden capitals columns to define the bedrooms, and the grand master bathroom showcasing the floral inlay work. And here are some etching work on the mirror paneling of the elevator doors. The home theater here is ode to our client's love for opera. For the indoor pool, we had provided skylight with the stained glass design and the artistic mosaic, creating a vibrant atmosphere. I could show you many other areas, but projects span more than 25,000 square feet. Coming to the end in my presentation, the journey I realize is our project embodied the soul of those who build it for our clients' aspiration to come. And throughout these projects, every element celebrates the fusion of both European, Indian, and heritage, rich in culture and character. They become more than homes. They become legacy of craftsmanship and expressions of timeless elegance. And we made our own style of classicism, refined with an Indian soul, and through the craftsmanship of Indian artisans. This villa will stand as icon of heritage for generations to come. Thank you.